Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Kind of got a little bit of a sidetrack project going on. Don't worry, the Mustang's not on completely on going away or standby or anything like that. But you know how marketplace goes, and we may have purchased something else. Mustang's back here, and my wife has always wanted one of these. They're awesome trucks, and I decided to get her one. I don't have a picture of, I have a picture of it complete. I'll post that with the video, but here we are. Kind of already got started working on it, but good start so far. We ended up buying another Coyote car and tearing everything apart. I didn't feel the need to share that with you, so we just don't need to do that. But we saved some stuff. We got a bunch of parts, so if you need some SN 197 parts, I got them. Coyote 6R80. We ordered some Outcast AutoWorks mounts for it. We're waiting on those. We're gonna probably end up cutting most of this firewall out and making our own. We're gonna move. My plan right now is to use the Mustang AC gearbox, and to do that, we're gonna have to cut this dash and move it outwards, probably 4 to 5 inches to clear. I won't know until we get it cut out in the first place. So again, more body work, not my thing, but we're gonna do it. My goal is to use everything possible out of that Mustang as far as runnability and making it function. This thing does need floor pans. It did come with one. A friend of mine, we talk occasionally about trucks and cars and stuff. His dad had this truck, was going a different route, and decided he was going to sell it, and I found it, and we got it, and it's so cool. Short box truck, in great shape. It's got an 8.8 in the rear, oversprung conversion, has like the little bolt-in C-notch thing. A ton of Crown Vic suspension already. It was complete. I started tearing it apart to plan for these cuts that we're gonna make. But overall, it seems to be pretty fair shape. There's a couple of rust things poking through, some dents. But at first it'll be a good look, and then eventually we'll change it up. Well, you're either gonna witness me ruining a nice truck or making something great. So stick along. So we're gonna get this thing running and driving before I get back to the Mustang, unless we're waiting on parts, then we might jump back. There's a lot of Mustang footage that I haven't released yet, and who knows, maybe this will come after that. But so if you see the Mustang further than that, it's because I chose to edit the Mustang before this. Anyway, so on the agenda for today is some cutting. I'd like to get the windshield out so I have a better shot, but I actually think I might leave it for some structural integrity and just come in with a plasma cutter and trim, you know, 1 inch or so back all the way across the dash, because that's all that's holding it on. You can see it isn't even in horrible shape. I mean, Could be worse, it could be better, but the whole bed is full of Mustang parts because we didn't have any place for a whole second car worth of parts. I guess I can go out. We go out and look, take a peek at the donor car. Well, there she is. This is the good side. Convertible. Had the Shaker 1000, a couple other things. Cut all the firewall out so I could use it for templates or parts. Tunnels cut out of it. Spun against the curb and broke the axle off. But that wasn't the initial incident. The initial incident was a driver he was driving through an intersection and kind of come in. I'll show you the angle. Pretty much come in right here and smoked the door, and the door like folded in on the dude. You can see all the damage here. But so car has 66,000 miles, 1,000 miles on the motor, or 1,000 kilometers on the motor, so 600-ish miles, and paperwork and everything. And the car came from Mexico, so that's kind of cool. Never owned a car from Mexico before. Like the main part of the gauge cluster, you can see, is in kilometers. So I'm probably going to try and find a new background for the gauge cluster. Otherwise my wife might get confused. I guess she wouldn't get speeding tickets that way. But anyways, let's get you guys set up on the stand, on the tripod, and then we're gonna get to work. All right, so we got this is our template for our AC. This is where the AC lines come in and the heater lines come in. Bolts on right in the little hole. You see I kind of marked it out on here, and you can see that no matter what, we have some modification to do. So I actually think it'll be easier to cut all the way around up to at least that stiffener, and then just cut a new sheet out of the sheet metal with this template in it. My only dilemma is the tunnel also needs to come up. As you can see here, it's already bulging through the floor. That's why I cut the tunnel out of the car with anticipation of using it, but we'll see how much we use. I'm not 100% sure. So it makes it kind of hard to do a one-piece chunk of firewall because we don't know the future plans of it. So what we'll do probably is just make it straight across. We'll make it straight across, and then we'll bump that into it when it's time, and then we'll just cut to make the room for it as needed. And it'll allow us to get an idea how low and how this is all going to sit behind the dash. There's a lot of other things that need to come into play. We're going to use the entire harness out of the convertible, not use a control pack, and then we're gonna lay it all in, and then we're gonna start trimming back everything we don't need. ABS, unless we put it in. Let's see, the airbag module, so on and so forth. Current plan also, yes, we're leaving the dash, but I do plan on using the Mustang steering column. So that's another thing we got to do, get mounted in. I've already taken all the dash stuff out. A couple more bolts left, and then the top is welded in, so the top will have to get cut out no matter what. Get the pedals out. I did the math on that. I got this piece from the Mustang also. Steering column bolts in here, or the flange anyway, the bearing, the bushing, and then This is your brake booster. This is where the wiring comes through a couple spots, and it actually fits within that region. So this part I might actually just patch in to that spot. It isn't 100% flat, but it may help us, because if we go flat, or if we go up to this point, it kind of puts an angle on the steering shaft, which may actually improve how the steering column sits in the vehicle. So one thing I should have done is taken a measurement of how the steering column is coming through the dash angle wise, but I have a pretty good idea based off of that. We can be a little bit lower because the steering wheel isn't 15 inches round. Well, I mean more like 18 inches round. It's freaking huge. the Mustang steering wheel is a lot smaller diameter. So, and I haven't decided yet if we'll just put another airbag back in it and maintain the cruise control buttons and such, or I've been saving this old Nardi wheel. I bought this. It's not car size. It's actually like a little bit bigger. I've been saving that from my my green truck, and I thought that'd be kind of a neat little addition to the truck. Again, trying to use up as much stuff as we got laying around from 2 Mustangs and so on and so forth. The Mustang was a premium car, the convertible, so it's got the Shaker 1000 and everything. So we might have to build some quick little sub brackets or something, get that, or put them in a new box. We'll see. The cab does need some work going down the road, but we're not going to worry about them right now. But we got some pinholes. I think there's a little bit of a cab corner thing going on down there. The roof got a tree dropped on it or something, and maybe down the road we'll find a cleaner cab and just redo everything that we're doing to that one again, but we'll just do it with the cab off and then just swap it in place, because eventually the wifey would like to see this thing all fixed up and pretty, not so ratty. But, and who knows, maybe we can just find a couple patch panels and go with it. So alright, like I said, I'm gonna get you guys on the stand and probably back this motor up a little bit and start doing unpredicted cuts. Okay, they're predicted. They're planned with some uncertainty, but fair enough. Let's get it. Well, I'm guessing the wiper motor is bolted to that, because as I was pulling on it, you can see the wipers jumping. A little bit of smoldering. I forgot that was in here, hitting it or anything. Anyway, just gotta get this wiper thing unbolted real quick, and I should be able to take the whole chunk out. guys went for a ride. Get that out of here. I totally thought that the camera was rolling for all that, but so I split the dash and left a little bit of the lip on the front, and then I'll take this and build a template to extend it out, but I don't know how much yet, because I got to get the firewall in place, get that blower motor assembly on there, and then we'll extend it. We're also going to do like we did on the Mustang and change out that wiper motor for the updated new style, which that's pretty easy. So cutting the weld of the arm and bolt it back on. Hung up on that side. I think it's the e-brake pedal that's stuck. I'm working on that right now. I'm not gonna record taking it out. It's literally hanging by a thread. And then I'm just gonna keep you updated instead of doing all the time-lapsing stuff. It makes a lot of editing, so I'll just keep, as I get stuff done, address it and keep moving forward. Alright, I got all this cleaned up. I was gonna try and take this thing and make a template, but I'm actually going to bust out my template maker paper stuff and use that instead. Alright, got the template made. I don't have the holes cut or marked out for the AC stuff yet. I had to do a little more figuring out once we get a panel in there. Alright, got that panel set in there. It's not all the way against the back, but we're done. AC and here for placement. Get that cut out, and then we gotta work on, we gotta add an oval over here for wiring to come through. And we're gonna stick to the width that it was in the car. It might not be as pretty, but it'll make it so we don't have to cut and shorten anything, so on and so forth, and just drop it right through the hole and keep going with our project. Well, hopefully all this is for not for nothing, but got a couple screws in it. Got holes cut for it. It's not quite touching at the top yet because they gotta notch it a little more. I'm just screwed it in so I can keep taking it out and adjusting. Plus I haven't cut for the center hump. This is the AC box mounted. And god damn it, hopefully these arms don't get into that crap, because then we're gonna have to do stuff like we did for the Mustang, which wasn't super fun. But progress is progress. I'm just doing this stuff because I don't have the motor mounts yet, so I don't know how high the engine's gonna sit, so I can't really make a tunnel yet anyway. But once this is done, then it's get that mounted, and we get the engine mounted, and we can figure out how everything's gonna sit. I gotta cut holes for the harness on both sides. I still gotta cut all that stuff out and modify it for the pedals and gas pedal and steering column. GoPro batteries were charging, so got some more stuff done here. In the meantime, cut out this side. Just got to get it all cleaned up and then make a new chunk for there. Ready to rip. Everything's just temperamental yet. I'm still waiting on engine mounts. Obviously, it's only been like 1 day since we talked about it. But if I can get this stuff, get this chunk of firewall in, I can weld that one in, and we can start working on, you know, either steering column placement or any of the other stuff. Figure out how we're gonna incorporate dash pieces in or whatever. So, moving forward. Smack some welder primer on here. That way when we do our spot welds, I already cleaned it up and stuff. That way when we do our spot welds, it'll be all primed at least. So we got a piece here. I still gotta clean it, but this is our piece from our Mustang. So we're gonna cut out these holes. We're actually gonna cut this whole piece out of this, and probably this too, just to make it stronger mounting wise, and then mimic all these holes as well, because these are like our gas pedal, and this is like our bushing seal thing for the steering column, and this is our wiring hole. And I think one of these is also used, or both of them. So we'll pop all those in, and just how they are. So that'll be nice and clean and OEM AF. Alright, so I got this other side all blended together. Not too bad. I kind of folded the edges in, and then this part is out of the 12 along with this. Somewhere in here I grafted it. And then I'll show you from the other side. You can see it a lot more. And then I'll seam still around those edges, but this side's fully welded. So turned out pretty good. Fits pretty nice. We got it in there. I'm gonna go to the other side and draw a line and then punch holes